It's spooky season and I love it, but it's not always the best time for pets. It's spooky. It's spooky season. It's time for Halloween and there's a Friday the 13th. Hi, Lane here. And today I am in my messy bathroom, which you are probably going to end up seeing at least 2 times coming up, because I decided that I would go through like everything in my bathroom, like all the old stuff I have, and organize it and throw things away. And I also thought that maybe I'd bring the Degus in with me to help me organize for a little video later when I get into this. But actually right now I just wanted to talk about Halloween and spooky season and how there are I am going to be making a video about, scary animal stories, but before any of that, this is kind of going to be a warning video. We're going to talk about some of the superstitions around animals, especially around Halloween and other spooky type traditional holidays. A lot of animals are actually more in danger around this time of year, mostly from people. So yeah, we're going to talk about it, and the rest of this video will probably be in voiceover. I hope it ends up sounding okay. I'm experimenting with a lot of different filming techniques and stuff, so forgive me if it's a little odd. I hope you can hear me okay too. I noticed in the last few videos when I was using the selfie side of this camera, I sounded very, very quiet, and I wasn't sure if that was because I was doing my teacher voice or if it was because I was, the camcorder picks up on the vocals differently when you're using it in this setting. I don't know. Every Halloween and every time something spooky is going on, I have to touch on this, and that is the fact that black animals, especially black cats, but even dogs, are still looked upon superstitiously in many, many ways, and even from some really smart people, they just have a little bit of a fear of black cats from them being used in scary shows and stuff so long, or like they're a little bit superstitious. There are even still people out there who take it really far and will kill or abuse black cats on Halloween. So please, 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 if you have a black cat, keep them inside and keep a good eye on them during Halloween time. It's also a good time to look out for your black dogs. While there are less bad myths associated with black dogs, there are constant stories of black dogs of death and such, and for some reason people think black dogs don't look as cute on social media, so they decide that they would rather have a different colored dog or cat. But look at that beautiful cat. He's not scary. He's a big, beautiful man, and that's a tiny little doggy girl. So one thing that I don't think gets covered enough when we're talking about keeping animals safe during spooky season is that a lot of times people get animals for the wrong reason this time of year. While a small percentage of people do still get animals to do ritualistic things, a even larger concern in our society is that people are inclined to buy spooky animals as a decoration, or even worse, as a prank. Using rodents like rats and mice that might be quote-unquote scary to someone for a prank will almost always scare the poor little rodent more, and maybe even stress them to death. Plus, if they do live, what are you going to do with that rat or those mice afterwards? Do you have a plan for them? So it's just really not fair to use animals in pranks. As for adopting a spooky animal this time of year, if you've really been putting in the research and you just think it would be extra fun to get your tarantula this time of year, cool. But do not impulse buy animals that are scary for the sake of it, or for a costume or decoration. Even if you intend on learning to care for that animal later, you might be getting in for way more than you can. And I know most of my viewers wouldn't do anything like that anyway, but I just have to include all the ways that we can protect animals during Halloween time. And one of them is not letting our friends and not ourselves being tempted to impulse buy animals because they are spooky or because they are a good decoration or accessory for the season. Another major concern with small animals this time of year are things that they can get into eating, both around the house, like with chocolate, candies, things that you might not normally have out, and also with things that you might not think about. For example, a lot of people will treat their pumpkins with formaldehyde, or buy pumpkins that have been treated with formaldehyde, or maybe they will put maybe they will put some kind of glue or something on them to make the pumpkins stay fresh longer, and that can actually be poisonous to animals when they eat them. So my tip for that is to please just go ahead and use a vinegar water mix on your pumpkins to clean it off and keep it fresh, because vinegar will have a slight preserving factor. Also, any pumpkins or anything like that that you plan on feeding your pets this time of year, do make sure it is safe for them. Pumpkin is a fabulous treat, for example, for my turtles and for my cat even. If I wanted to try mixing some pumpkin juice, not juice, but like the guts in with his food, that would be possible. But like the Degus, pumpkin is so high in sugar, it would be very bad for them. So always check and make sure any treat you are considering giving your pets, of any kind really, but especially your small pets, make sure it is going to be safe for them. And if you are looking for a resource on common foods that you could have around this time of year that might be a problem, I will be sure to find one and throw a link to it in the description. Oh my gosh, I'm watching this video now and just watching Goblin. This Degu we're watching is Goblin, named after the Goblin King, David Bowie, Labyrinth. Yeah, best movie ever. Okay, yeah, definitely is. Anyway, so this is Goblin, the Goblin King, and Goblin is my best trained Degu, though I love them. I love them all. He definitely is the one who is the most interested in me as a human and in doing tricks for me for treats and stuff, and he's definitely my friendliest boy. So yeah, be sure you're not leaving anything out for your animals. And if you can, make sure your friends aren't impulse buying scorpions, tarantulas, snakes. If it were up to me, the way they ban black cat sales this time of year, I would also ban small animals, snakes,
tarantulas, scorpions, things that people are tempted to buy because it's a holiday, but I know that marketers often want to capitalize on the fact that it's a holiday, and I certainly don't want to tell you not to get a pet if you've been preparing for it, and this is just a fun time of year for you to do it, but don't let your friends impulse buy pets for pranks or anything like that. Pranking pets is so bad for them. So bad for them. Likewise, make sure if you are going to be getting little costumes for your animals. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And I really do hope that I get to go to a pet store and try some little costumes for the animals, because it is so fun. And I get so jealous seeing these YouTubers dress up their pets, and I want to do that too. But remember that some of those costumes are made by people who are designers, not pet people. So they might have material that could be harmful for the animal to eat. They might not be fitted perfectly. You need to really be careful when you are purchasing any kind of costume or Halloween-themed treat for your animals. Because it could be dangerous. Oh my goodness, this Degu. Nibs. So yes, please look out for small pets this time of year. Oh, and please do not rehome your small pet this time of year unless it is an absolute emergency. If it is an absolute emergency, do what you can to vet people, but around this time of year, people are looking for animals for the wrong reasons, for impulse buying or for crazy weird rituals. That stuff still happens. It's insane. But please try not to rehome this time of year, especially if you are trying to rehome something like a tarantula or a mouse or something that could be considered an easy prop for scaring someone or a prank or something. Oh, I'm just rewatching this video. I love him so much. Okay, moving on to our next animal safety spooky time thingamabobbit. Okay. One more topic I really wanted to touch on that I knew I didn't really have a good video part for, so I thought we would just look in on my female goldfish tank. They seem to be doing really well. Remember this giant Persephone here? She had a little bit of a fungus on her head. Seems to be going away. I'm wondering if that's the fungus healing and that's just a dot of wren growth. I'm not sure, but either way, seems to be going great. I did one hydrogen peroxide swab on it and then have just been keeping the water clean, occasionally feeding something with some Epsom salt in it so it gets a little agitated and sanitized, and everything seems to be going great with this tank. Knock on wood, of course. And I just wanted to mention that both indoor and outdoor animals are just a little bit more at risk during spooky times. And so if you can, please keep an eye on the feral cats in your community, especially the black ones. And keep an eye out for your neighbors who may not know that black dogs, black cats are more likely to be messed with this time of year. Make sure they know now's not a great time to be rehoming their mice. Just be sure to share the information so that people know. Because really, I think ultimately most people are good and want to provide amazing care for their animals, or just don't realize what they're doing when they get an animal as a prank or a prop. I think they know what they're doing when they hurt them on purpose, but with those other situations, it can just happen, and if you can help your friends avoid it, And if you can be a part of taking amazing care of pets and animals this time of year by watching out for your pumpkins and what kind of treats you put out, and by keeping an eye out for little animals, impulse buying, friends that are talking about doing scary pranks that involve animals, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for listening to my video, and so much for just, I've been going through a lot lately, and I know I haven't been very consistent because, of course, this is what I do to release and have fun and interact with the animal community. This is not my job or anything, so I feel like I've been a little out of touch, and I am sorry for that, but I really, really do appreciate and support you all, and I will be doing a giveaway soon, so stay tuned for that. I don't know exactly what yet, but I think we're gonna hit like, we're gonna do like an odd one, like a 530 one or something, because we didn't do a 500 giveaway, and I probably should have, so yeah. Love your pets, and they will love you back. Happy Halloween. Happy upcoming Friday the 13th. That's when my CD gets released, too. Very exciting. Be as kind to each other as you can, and stay as safe as you can in the world right now.